This is Part 2 Episode 151. The 3 Sector Lords and 3 Domain Lords were extremely nervous. They could see that the other warriors had left with puppet-like gazes. To be able to control Sector Lords without any action whatsoever, and to make the sect leader kneel there like a maid. This being before them must be an absolute being even within the virtual universe company. 1000 Star, you can leave. The beautiful lady ordered. Yes. The black-horned old man left swiftly through the left side door. Only the beautiful lady above and the 6 were left behind. The 6 of you, look carefully. The beautiful lady pointed in mid-air. Immediately, a light-formed screen appeared from where her left hand pointed, and on it displayed the black-haired youth Luofeng. He was dressed in his colorful armor. The screen showed his detailed measurements and data. I need you to kill this person. This one on the screen. The lady said. Immediately the 6 below were suspicious, a great being, even stronger than their sect leader, getting them to kill one person. Just how strong was this person? He is only at universe level 9. The lady said gently. Only universe level 9. The 6 of them below all let out sighs of relief. Amongst them were 3 domain lord level 9s. Killing a universe level 9 was as easy as killing an ant. However, don't look down on him. The lady pointed at the screen. He is wearing alloy armor. It may look very normal, but they are still E9 grade. However, such simple armor defense cannot compare to genetic armor's complete defense. Below that, however, is a layer of cloud contact armor. Cloud contact vine. The 6 of them were suspicious. Immediately data appeared on the screen. The lady continued, cloud contact vine, a special assisting plant life form. It is able to meld with the skin and act as armor, or whip, and is able to transform to many things and constantly evolve. And his cloud contact vine is domain lord level 9. The cloud contact vine's strength is able to morph at will, and its life energy is extremely strong. Its strength is usually much stronger than a human of the same level. Hence, you 3 domain lord level 9s will probably be easily killed by his armor alone. The lady said. The 3 domain lords of the 6 below were immediately shocked. Mysterious. Sick. Their hometowns had never heard of such assisting plant life. A universe level 9 using a plant life form, and is easily able to kill a domain lord level 9. That was absurd. You 3 sector lords, the weakest among you is a sector lord level 5, and highest is at sector lord level 9. As long as you meet him, you should be able to easily kill him. The lady said, as for the 3 domain lord level 9, if you meet him, you will die. The 3 domain lords listened nervously, not daring to speak. This is called a laser gun. The lady flipped her hand and immediately 3 automaton weapons appeared, 3 laser guns with diameters of 1 m, totally about 3 m long. It was made of a silver-white material, and on it were no engravings. Obviously it was the style of the automaton race. E9 laser guns. The lady said indifferently, it only needs 0.1 seconds to prepare, an absolute level laser gun. With a hit of this gun, you can pierce through E9 grade material and kill even a sector lord level 9 warrior. The lady's words had just resounded and the 6 below changed their expressions. Their eyes gleamed as they stared at the guns. Heavenly. Madness. They weren't completely oblivious to the vast universe. They too knew that within the universe, strength was what mattered. Even there, sector lords had special authority and status. Just how hard was it to become a sector lord? Which one of them 6 hadn't been through hell and hardships? However, one simple technological weapon, even a weakling with this weapon, could prepare in 0.1 seconds and kill a sector lord level 9. This was madness. This level of technological weapon, even amongst the universe countries of humanity, was still an absolute high-level weapon, and the price was extremely expensive. Many sector lords' entire wealth couldn't even afford a fraction of one of these E9 grade laser guns. These 3 E9 grade laser guns, even normal undyings wouldn't be able to afford. These 3 E9 grade laser guns will be used temporarily by you 3. The lady waved and the 3 guns flew towards the 3 domain lords and floated before them. The 3 domain lords stared wide-eyed at the completely silver-white technological weapon. What a beautiful structure. Terrifying barrel. This little thing, one gun, could kill a normal sector lord level 9. The 3 of you are weak, and are all fighters. Even if you meet this black-haired punk, he wouldn't bother with you. The lady said, in his eyes, he can kill you 3 in an instant. The 3 domain lords nodded. And because he looks down on you, and doesn't think of you as a threat, you'll have a chance. The lady said, with your combined strengths, even if you meet the cloud contact vine's attack, if you can hold up for 0.1 seconds, you'll be able to store enough energy to shoot him. Understood. Yes. We will definitely be able to kill him. The 3 domain lords answered excitedly, their answers all different. The 3 sector lords beside glanced at the laser guns. While their eyes were gleaming, the lady in the throne however said coldly, you 3 sector lords, just your powers alone should be enough. Remember the target's appearance and armor. Yes. The 6 replied respectfully. He's different from you lot. The lady said, his wealth alone wouldn't lose to even your sect elder, hence he'll be prepared. He may change his appearance, armor etc. Just remember, the moment you meet a universe level 9, no matter what he looks like, make a move. If you discover the cloud contact vine body, you'll be able to confirm the target. When you meet the domain lord level or sector lord levels, don't make a move. Your target this time is him. You 3 domain lords remember clearly, flee if you meet a sector lord. If they truly wish to kill you, you can then use the laser gun to attack. If you meet a domain lord, just flee. Kill any universe levels. If you discover the cloud contact vine, then use the laser gun. Because your laser guns can at most shoot 9 times, its energy will be depleted after those 9 shots. Yes. The 6 of them complied. The 6 of them understood that even though they were 3 domain lords and sector lords, this being before them had obviously placed her hopes on the 3 domain lords. This black-haired youth sure is unlucky. A great being actually has a grudge with him, and has deployed such vicious tactics. However, we don't know his identity and status. This being actually doesn't dare to kill him herself, letting us do it for her. Who cares? Anyway, killing within Demon Mountain is allowed by the Virtual Universe Company. Many thoughts went through their minds. If you manage to successfully kill him, the 6 of you including Thousand Star Sect will be heavily rewarded by me. The lady said. I hope that the 6 of you don't let me down. If you do, you should know what the result of that will be. The lady gently gripped armrest and rubbed it, it began to crack and break apart. The 6 of them were shocked. We'll pledge our lives to complete this mission. The 6 complied. The lady nodded. Within the majestic Demon Mountain, the caves and canyons were a vast sea of black, and on the surface of every stone however there was a layer of cold ice. Whether it was the walls or ground, they were all covered in that cold. The formless chill made Luo Feng, who was walking within, frown, as it pierced right through his cloud contact armor, painfully against his skin. This is Demon Note Mountain, and it's already this cold. Ice Mountain must be even crazier. He gently breathed in and felt the cold air enter his lungs. Immediately his organs within went numb. It's cold enough as is. Suddenly he stopped. This cave was at least 10 kilometers tall and 80 kilometers wide. One could even build an entire city within this huge cave. So many pathways. Luo Feng gazed ahead. There were many large and small caves, extending to hundreds of pathways. Howl. The sound of the wind howled through the many passages, almost like a demon's cry or wolf's howl. The sounds created were very peculiar, with occasional high and low frequencies that would permeate into Luo Feng's consciousness and soul, creating a noiseless hypnotism within. You dare try with this level of hypnotism, HMPH. Within his consciousness, Luo Feng's willpower was as sharp as a blade. It instantly gathered and formed a sharp blade that was cold and condensed. It would break any hypnotism that even drew near. This was his willpower, at its limit, after his 80 years of training in Blood River World's killing aura. His second brother Thunder God thought he was at the limit. Indeed he was, and he had always been. Absolutely cold like a mirror, sharp like a blade. With no compromise. Demon Note Mountain, different regions have different levels. The moment I succumb to it I'll be a living puppet, with no chance to struggle at all. I cannot be careless. And there is the threat of the Aboriginal warriors and wild beasts. I'll act according to the plan before. Luo Feng stood in the ice, swiftly taking off his colored armor and retrieving a completely silver armor he had prepared just for this mission. This was an armor that was the most common within 9-star ocean. Its material was F-grade metal. Maybe using an F-grade metal to build a ship like the Yunmo ship was something beyond what he could do. But simply building an armor wasn't hard at all for him. This is an impossible mission, not like the dangerous level from before. That colored armor is definitely not enough. Luo Feng immediately donned the silver armor and kept his bracelet screen into his storage ring, connecting with the cloud contact armor that grew 2 black horns on his forehead. These 2 dark red horns extended and slowly changed its color to black. Black horns. The simple and common silver armor. The black blade on his back. His entire savage energy had grown completely. Very good. Even though there will be killing between the Aboriginals themselves, this is still normal. The moment my identity is revealed, there will be madness. This red identity tag is very dangerous, it's like a hot coal in hand. Luo Feng though, storing the red tag in his storage ring. I have to get a black identity tag on myself later. If I'm disguising myself, I have to do it all the way. Luo Feng was very clear. Only with talent could he catch the fish. Disguising himself as one of the Aboriginals would decrease the dangers significantly. He randomly picked one of the passages of the hundreds ahead, flying deep within, and began his journey into the depths of Demon Note Mountain. When Luo Feng entered Demon Note Mountain, the 1,000s of warriors were still lining up for their identification tags, after which they either entered Demon Note Mountain or Ice Mountain. They all had to enter from a fixed, pre-picked location from among the 10,000 entrances. A purple disc-shaped ship flew to Demon Mountain's canyon, the cabin door opened and 6 silhouettes flew out and kept the ship. These 6 were the 6 from the 1,000-star sect sent by official Po Yu. The leader of the sect was after all an Undying, and a core member of the Virtual Universe Company, who had explored the universe before. Hence, the Domain Lords and Sector Lords of the 1,000-star sect all had universe ships. Normal universe ships were very cheap. Of course, Domain Lords didn't have large enough space rings to store the universe ships. The Sector Lords however could store them in their internal worlds. Bayan, look. There's so many queuing to get their tags. Even though one tag is being handed out every second, it would still take a couple of hours to go through these thousands. Don't get careless, we have to grasp our time. We cannot miss our chance. If we do, we'll have to wait for the next 10,000 batch before we can enter. The 6 immediately flew towards the distant palace. It took a few minutes for official Po Yu to head towards 1,000-star sect, giving the order also took a few minutes. They took another 10 minutes to head over to their ship. At this time, only a small group of the thousands of Aboriginals had acquired their tags. As for the distribution, the Virtual Universe Company's members definitely wouldn't have such high efficiency for such Aboriginals. 1 hour later. Let's go. To Demon Note Mountain. According to the gods' orders, we'll split up and it'll be easier to meet our target. We'll split here. The 6 of them followed the same cave entrance to a split path and separated, and they headed in 6 different paths. Actually, attempting Demon Mountain was mostly meant for universe levels. There were very few Domain Lords and even less Sector Lords. Hence, the weakest amongst these 6 was Domain Lord level 9. The true dangers of Demon Mountain were the demon notes and beasts. Compared to this, the threats of the other Aboriginals to them was small, unless they were truly unlucky to meet the rare Sector Lord in this vast mountain. A black-horned youth was carefully progressing along the deep and vast pathways, where countless of them interweaved. Howl! Every time he heard the demon notes, Luo Feng would immediately slow down and stop, not daring to risk it, in case he accidentally headed into an extremely strong area. Even though he was confident, he didn't dare to be careless. Luo Feng, at a distance of 18.2 kilometers ahead of your path, there's a Domain Lord level 3 fighter. Barbata's voice resounded in his consciousness. My path. Luo Feng frowned. In Demon Note Mountain, other than his 3 great bodies and the cloud contact vine, there was one more very important thing, Barbata. He had an extremely powerful scanning device. Even though the area was small and only within 20 kilometers, its efficiency was extremely high. Even sector lords couldn't detect that well in this range here. This scanning device was an expensive device bought back then by the master Huyangbo of the Yunmo planet. Even the current Luo Feng wouldn't be able to afford such a high-end device. Naturally, the area was only 20 kilometers, suitable for such special regions and secret regions like Demon Note Mountain. Swiftly getting closer, 12.8 kilometer, 9.9 kilometer. Barbata informed him. I see him. Luo Feng looked ahead. The path had straightened up completely at this point. Hence when the distance reached 10 kilometers, Luo Feng could see that ghostly dwarf-like fighter. He was even able to clearly see the black hairs on his face and his cold eyes. He carefully proceeded forward. When he spotted Luo Feng, he stopped, and after which smiled manically and rushed forward. Universe Level 9. Ha ha. The dwarf laughed loudly. With just 2 flashes, he reached before Luo Feng, and in his hand he wielded a dark red axe. This hatchet had complex engravings on it. Luo Feng shook his head. Clang. He instantly brandished his blade. Wave. The cloud contact vine on his body naturally exploded with domain level 9 vine strength. Just a small portion of its strength was already much more powerful than a human domain level 9. The air around was pressured and a blood shadow blade slashed forward with unbelievable speed at the dwarf and his axe. Rumble. Just like a huge hammer smashing an ant, the dwarf stared wide-eyed as the axe in his hands was immediately knocked back towards himself. The back of the axe clashed, Pu Kai, instantly crushing his body till it exploded. His bones and muscles gushed out of his armor, and fresh blood spewed everywhere as well. Rumble. The entire ground rumbled and shook. The surface frozen layer immediately split in all directions with cracks extending. The ice split open and extended for 10 kilometers. I didn't actually wish to kill you. Luo Feng swiftly retrieved the 2 black tags in this dwarf's storage item. This was already his 19th tag. You happened to cross my path and attacked me first, how can I not kill you? Luo Feng kept the black tags and swiftly proceeded. 10,000 black tags yielded an addition reward, indeed. However, the higher the reward, the higher the difficulty. As long as he survived in Demon Note Mountain for 3 years, he would simultaneously accomplish the first mission, which was to survive for 3 months, and the second mission, which was to survive for 3 years. When that time came, he would acquire 400,000 points. The reward for the 10,000 tags was even better than this. One could only imagine the difficulty. Only 10,000 people are allowed to enter in every batch, and they kill amongst themselves. Who knows where they would end up dying in here? Some may even have left early on. Most of the tags should land in the sector lord's hands. To collect 10,000 black tags with my current strength, it's definitely impossible. Luo Feng was clear. He looked down at the dead dwarf, shaking his head. My mission is to survive for 3 years. I don't wish to kill others. However, if anyone gets in my way, I can only do so. Luo Feng continued, leaving behind the body in the broken ice surface. The low temperatures caused the fresh blood to already freeze. The splits in the ice too swiftly froze over, and not too long after, everything looked like it was before. Demon Note Mountain was vast, it took up half of the entire mountain. And the base of Demon Mountain itself reached a shocking 3.200 million kilometer. Its height reached a shocking 1.800 million kilometer. Since there were countless caves and pathways that crossed all over, Luo Feng could only cautiously proceed 100,000 kilometers per day. Even after 3 years, he would have probably only covered a small portion of Demon Note Mountain. Cautious and careful. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. In a blink of an eye, 9 days had passed. Within these 9 days, through Barbata's scanning device, Luo Feng had discovered 1 sector lord. Immediately he turned and slipped away. This was also the only time he got close to a sector lord. Other times, he met a few domain lords and large amounts of universe levels. As no one trusted each other, and he didn't want to be chased down after fleeing, he could only kill those that attacked him. Within these 9 days, He had already collected 112 black tags. My luck is not bad at all. Within these 9 days, I actually haven't met any of the terrifying beasts of Demon Mountain. Luo Feng walked along a vast pathway that twisted and turned, throughout which, Barbata maintained his scanning device at all times. Luo Feng, according to the demon notes you've encountered the past 2 days, you should be entering a more dangerous region now. The demon note is obviously much stronger. I guess there's a dangerous place nearby. Barbata, the information the Virtual Universe Company gave us is that there's no way to scan the dangerous regions in Demon Note Mountain. It might seem very safe, but dangers may pop up anytime. There's no need to scan. Luo Feng communicated mentally, simultaneously scanning around in the distance carefully. He couldn't completely rely on the scanning device. As normal pathways had distances exceeding 20 kilometers, and the scanning area of the device was only 20 kilometers. Hence, it was very likely they could actually see each other before the device could detect. Luo Feng, 3.6 kilometers to your left there are 3 domain lords. 3.6 kilometers. Luo Feng was shocked. Looking to his left. Not too far away was a stone wall, only then did he let out a sigh of relief. It's within another path. Barbata said. Another path, there's no danger, why'd you inform me? Luo Feng shook his head. Their conversation, I think it's important for you. Barbata said. Ah? Luo Feng thought. With a flip of his hand, a little screen appeared. Broadcast the footage of the scene to me. Luo Feng said. Sending already complete. In the little screen in his palm, it showed a similarly frozen stone cave, in which he could see an old man, a middle-aged man and a youth. These 3 were staring intensely at 8 thick books before them. It's the Phoenix Sect's manual. This dead person must be an upper level in the Phoenix Sect. Teacher, someone actually killed this person, and didn't even take his manual treasures. Ha ha. You are wrong, it wasn't a human that killed him. It's a beast. Look at the scars on his armor, obviously a large claw had attacked him. Teacher. The youth smiled, we acquired the Phoenix Sect's manual here. Can it be considered another inheritance? Don't compare this manual to an inheritance. The old man ordered, the Phoenix Sect is very valuable. However, this forbidden land is called Demon Mountain by the Virtual Universe Company. They also send many valuable beings here. From what I hear, they would occasionally send some undyings to enter to acquire the inheritance of this forbidden land. Undyings to accept the inheritance. The 2 beside were shocked. Looking at the screen, Luo Feng was shocked too. This you wouldn't know, this is our 9-star ocean secret. The old man said. The Forbidden Land, why is it called so? Because this ancient gold mountain exists for passing down things. Its existence is extremely ancient, tracing back to the earliest of histories of 9-star ocean. Back to the time before the Virtual Universe Company took control of Demon Mountain. Anyway, this Forbidden Land has things even the Virtual Universe Company desires. Just how powerful is the Virtual Universe Company? That's impossible. The 2 disciples couldn't believe it. Cough. The old man coughed a couple of times and said softly, the Virtual Universe Company is a leviathan of the universe. It is indeed very powerful. However, they still regularly arrange for powerful beings and undyings to enter here, trying to acquire the inheritance. This is a fact. This is our 9-star ocean's most ancient inheritance. Whoever acquires it, that person would really be taking 1 step to heaven. Luo Feng looked at the conversation of the 3 on his screen. Very quickly, it then ended. He frowned. Inheritance. Demon Mountain. Forbidden Land. Part 2 end here.